Hello everyone, it's us, the passionate team at TV Days Drama Digest. Your go-to source for all the juicy, heart-pounding updates from the world of daytime drama. If you're a die-hard fan of Days of Our Lives like we are, you know that Salem is never short on shocking twists, forbidden romances, and family feuds that could rival ancient Greek tragedies. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most anticipated comebacks of the season, the return of a long-missing character who's been lurking in the shadows of our collective memories. That's right, folks, we're talking about the enigmatic and controversial Mark Greene. If your heart skipped a beat just hearing his name, buckle up because we're about to unpack this bombshell in exquisite, dramatic detail. Whether you're watching on Peacock or catching reruns, this is the scoop you won't want to miss. Stick with us through this epic breakdown, and let's explore what Mark's reappearance means for the tangled web of Salem's elite. First things first, let's set the stage with a bit of suspense. Imagine the foggy streets of Salem, where secrets fester like open wounds and alliances shift like sand in an hourglass. It's been a tumultuous time in this iconic town. Betrayals have shattered families, love has been tested to its breaking point, and villains have risen from the ashes only to be struck down again. But now, as the autumn leaves begin to fall in 2025, a familiar face is poised to storm back into the fray. No one is surprised that it's Mark, or are they? After all, in Salem, surprises are the norm, and Mark's history is riddled with enough deception to fill a dozen episodes. His story arc kicks off in earnest during the week of October 20th, 2025, promising a whirlwind of emotions, confrontations, and perhaps even redemption. But before we dive into the future, let's rewind and revisit the chaotic path that led to his disappearance, because understanding the past is key to appreciating the drama ahead. Mark Greene, portrayed with brooding intensity by Jonah Robinson, first burst onto the Days of Our Lives scene as a man shrouded in mystery. A skilled doctor with a sharp mind and an even sharper tongue, Mark wasn't just any newcomer. He was entangled in one of the most audacious schemes Salem has ever seen. Remember the gut-wrenching saga of Abigail DiMera's resurrection? Abigail, the beloved daughter of Jack and Jennifer Devereaux, had been presumed dead after a tragic plane crash, leaving her husband Chad DiMera heartbroken and her family in perpetual mourning. But in true soap fashion, hope flickered when a woman claiming to be Abigail reappeared, complete with amnesia and a story that seemed too good to be true. Little did anyone know, this Abigail was actually Kat Greene, Mark's cunning sister, pulling off an elaborate impersonation under the orders of the notorious criminal mastermind, Clyde Weston. Oh, Clyde Weston. The name alone sends shivers down the spine of any longtime viewer. This ruthless kingpin, with his gravelly voice and unyielding grip on Salem's underbelly, has been the architect of countless atrocities. From drug rings to assassinations, Clyde's influence has poisoned the town for years. In this particular plot, he saw an opportunity to manipulate the DiMera family, using Kat as his pawn to infiltrate their inner circle. But Kat wasn't alone in this deception. Enter Mark, her devoted brother, who lent his medical expertise to the con. Together, they forged documents, administered drugs to maintain the facade, and orchestrated events to frame Chad DiMera for crimes he didn't commit. The goal? To destabilize the DiMera empire, seize control of their assets, and settle old scores. Mark's involvement was particularly insidious because, as a doctor, he betrayed the Hippocratic Oath, using his knowledge to harm rather than heal. He tampered with medical records, faked DNA tests, and even posed as a confidant to Chad, all while knowing the truth could destroy lives. The conspiracy unraveled in spectacular fashion, as these things always do in Salem. Chad, ever the resilient hero with his piercing blue eyes and unshakable determination, began piecing together the clues. Suspicious of Abigail's inconsistencies, her vague memories, her odd behaviors, he enlisted help from allies like Rafe Hernandez and even his half-brother E.J. DiMera. The tension built episode by episode. Heated arguments in the DiMera mansion, clandestine meetings in dimly lit alleys, and heart-stopping revelations that left fans gasping. When the truth exploded, it was a masterclass in drama. Kat was exposed as the fraud, her tear-streaked face pleading for understanding as Chad's world crumbled yet again. Mark, caught in the crossfire, fled Salem amid a hail of accusations, his reputation in tatters and his family bonds strained to the limit. His disappearance left a void, but also lingering questions. Was he truly remorseful? Or was he biding his time, plotting his next move from the shadows? Fast forward to now, October 2025, and the buzz is electric. Mark's return is confirmed, and it's set to ignite fireworks across Salem. According to insider spoilers, his re-entry begins with emotional reunions that will tug at your heartstrings and perhaps even bring a tear to your eye. First on the list, his siblings. Kat, Aaron, and Felicity Green have been navigating their own turbulent paths since Mark's exit. Kat, in particular, has been a focal point of recent storylines. After her exposure as the fake Abigail, she faced the wrath of the Devereaux and DiMera families. Imprisoned briefly, she struck a deal for leniency, perhaps turning state's evidence against Clyde. But freedom came at a cost: isolation, guilt, and a desperate need for redemption. Recent episodes have shown Kat grappling with her conscience, working odd jobs to rebuild her life, and occasionally crossing paths with Chad in moments laden with unresolved tension. Is there a spark of forbidden attraction there? Fans speculate wildly, but one thing's clear: Kat's not done with the DiMeras. Aaron and Felicity, the younger Green siblings, add layers of familial complexity. Aaron, with his boyish charm and impulsive nature, has been involved in minor subplots, perhaps a budding romance or a brush with Salem's criminal element. Felicity, the innocent one, represents the moral compass of the family, often caught between loyalty to her siblings and her own sense of right and wrong. Imagine the scene. Mark steps off a bus or emerges from a shadowy doorway, his face weathered by time and regret. The siblings gather in a modest apartment, the air thick with unspoken words. Kat might embrace him first, tears streaming as she whispers, "I thought I'd never see you again." Aaron could punch him playfully on the shoulder, masking deeper hurt with humor. "You left us to clean up your mess, bro." Felicity, wide-eyed and hesitant, might hang back, her voice trembling. "Why did you do it, Mark? Why hurt all those people?" These reunions won't be all warm and fuzzy. Expect arguments, accusations, and raw confessions that peel back the layers of their dysfunctional family dynamic. But the real drama escalates when Mark crosses paths with E.J. DiMera. E.J., the suave and scheming lawyer with a penchant for power plays, has his own skeletons rattling in the closet. As Stefano DiMera's son, E.J. embodies the family's legacy of manipulation and vengeance. Recent spoilers hint at E.J.'s involvement in a shady plot, perhaps covering up a corporate scandal or blackmailing rivals to maintain DiMera Enterprises' dominance. Could it involve Clyde Weston again, or a new threat? Mark's scenes with E.J. are teased as intense and confrontational. Picture this. In the opulent DiMera living room, flames crackling in the fireplace, E.J. pours himself a scotch, his eyes narrowing as Mark enters uninvited. "What the hell are you doing here?" E.J. snarls, his British accent dripping with disdain. Mark, unflinching, retorts, "I've come to settle old debts, E.J. And I know things that could bury you." The dialogue crackles with tension, hints of past alliances and betrayals surfacing like ghosts. Is Mark back to expose E.J.'s secrets, or is he seeking an uneasy truce? This brings us to the burning question: will Mark return to help Kat expose E.J.'s plot? The speculation is rampant in fan forums and social media. Let's break it down dramatically. Kat has been inching closer to the truth about E.J.'s machinations. Perhaps she's overheard whispers in the Brady pub or stumbled upon incriminating documents while working as a waitress. Her motivation? Redemption, of course, but also a desire to protect her family from further harm. If Mark aligns with her, it could be a game changer. Imagine the siblings teaming up, Mark's medical knowledge combined with Kat's insider access to dismantle EJ's empire. But in Salem, nothing is straightforward. Mark might have his own agenda. Perhaps he's been coerced by Clyde from afar, or he's seeking revenge against Chad for exposing the conspiracy. The drama could peak with a high-stakes confrontation in the town square, where secrets are aired publicly, alliances shatter, and fists, or worse, fly. To fully appreciate the impact, let's delve deeper into the characters' psyches. Mark Green isn't a one-dimensional villain. He's a tragic figure molded by circumstance. Orphaned young, he raised his siblings with a fierce protectiveness that bordered on obsession. His alliance with Clyde was born of desperation, maybe to pay off debts or save a loved one from harm. This complexity makes his return so compelling. Viewers will wrestle with whether to root for his redemption or his downfall. Kat, similarly, is a study in gray areas. Her impersonation of Abigail wasn't just greed, it was survival, laced with genuine empathy for Chad's grief. Aaron and Felicity provide the emotional anchors, reminding Mark of the family he nearly destroyed. EJ DiMera, on the other hand, is pure soap villainy with a charismatic twist. Played with devilish charm by Dan Furigal, EJ's plots are always multi-layered. His current scheme might involve framing a rival like Xander Kyriakis or manipulating the mayoral election. If Mark and Kat target him, expect fireworks, legal battles in the courtroom, romantic entanglements, perhaps EJ seduces Kat to silence her, and physical altercations that leave characters bruised and bloodied. Beyond the core plot, Mark's return ripples through Salem's broader canvas. Chad DiMera, still healing from Abigail's true death, might confront Mark in a scene of raw anguish. You stole her from me twice, once by faking her life and again by reminding me she's gone. Jennifer and Jack Devereaux, ever the journalistic duo, could investigate Mark's motives, uncovering ties to larger threats like the resurgent Weston Syndicate. Even peripheral characters like Rafe or Gabby Hernandez might get involved, turning this into a town-wide saga. As we speculate, let's consider the thematic depth. Days of Our Lives has always explored forgiveness, family, and the blurred line between hero and villain. Mark's arc echoes classics like Stefano's Resurrections or Sammy Brady's Endless Schemes. Will he find love in Salem, perhaps with a new character or an old flame? Or will his past doom him to isolation? The week of October 20th promises answers, but also new questions that will keep us glued to our screens. In true dramatic fashion, let's envision a cliffhanger. Mark stands at the edge of the pier, wind whipping his coat, as EJ approaches from the darkness. "Join me or perish," EJ hisses. Mark's response? A sly smile. "You have no idea what I'm capable of." Cut to black. Chills, right? At TV Days Drama Digest, we're obsessed with these moments. Mark's return isn't just a plot point, it's a catalyst for emotional explosions that define why we love Days. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.